shining the light of truth. The letter is written by one of what is called the parents. It is an earlier human version before our time, created and controlled by Draco. They are named the parents because it's what they believe themselves to be, the parents of humanity, and are all their children in their minds. What is in this letter may be hard to believe, but the truth is too many actual events and laws of sovereign free will have been broken, and too many movies have been made that disclose this very plan outlaid in this letter. For it is not to resonate as they control future motives. We can't stop this individually but as a collective by standing up to these Dracos and showing them that we do not need their parenting. And we do not consent to be their children. How could we consent when many are not aware of their existence until now? This letter wills them the wide gamut of emotions. We are part of the reason why they try and control us so much. If we get back to anywhere near our full capabilities, their existence will become irrelevant, as they will become powerless to control us any longer. To explain a bit more of how this letter came to be released, understand it was requested by a blog writer who has connections to them but does not play their game. His blog was not for the general public, it was targeted at the members of the Illuminati to make them aware of all the lies and layers of deception the Illuminati. They have been told not to continue to play the game of Draco and the twisted minds of the parents. To ruin something, it must be done by shining the light of truth to ones who have been within the pyramid of control. So the blog was written for a specific audience for the Illuminati, who have left the programs rejected supporting these parents any longer. The parents that wrote this letter refers to them as the runaways. As any second parents of ones who had left were announced, having said that the blog this letter was released to come to behave and read by all as it affects us all. The attention of the blog writer has been clearly stated as it pertains to all of humanity, not just the runaways. The original blog writer stated this. Hence, it is I intend to empower you with confidence and knowingness more than anything else. I want you to see how far they have gone to convince us that we are not more powerful than they are. I think that is the words of the runner. These are my particular words. I think we as humanity are and can outshine these individuals on every level. Not through violence, torture, mind control, as well as various other techniques they have used on us for being human. By reaching out to your fellow man regardless of nationality, creed, gender, or religious construct, and share a common goal of sharing compassion and love. For all as these very aspects of us are what the parents lack, we are the root of the real power of love. What follows now is the letter from the parents. I will give a bit of a breakdown. Now what I want to do is go through a little background of all of this, and some of the history, to help process all of this. The backstory of Earth to understand how and why of what has happened here. Regarding the parent by the name of Cassandra. Gaia Earth is a very special planet. Dynamic ability to sustain many more types of diverse forms of life and most planets, as well as a range of dimensions. But in particular, this planet is where a newly created race comes to grow up. Many souls wish to come here, to learn to stand to walk at this plan with such great capacity to evolve the souls via the crate with their hands of flesh in 3D. This place is where the creator beings go to learn how to be one. Many races have had their upbringing on Gaia. Makes sense now why she's called the Mother Goddess. For a race to grow up, it has to develop through many stages, all on its own merits, and always is more successful when it keeps technology and nature in balance. As this is the basis of balance in the universal law. Most souls alive now here on this planet are the ones who were there all along. It's the way of the transition times. For all who are here at the beginning and to be here at the end to see it through. However, a correction is badly needed to return this planet back to balance, our race back to balance as well. Also, history of trauma we are collectively experiencing can be corrected, but it begins with making a choice. Each of us to stop playing the game as it has broken our balance as a culture and as a race. We must come to be aware of the true controllers here. The change is about to come and the help we are being given. The knowledge and empowerment are setting an intention. Our intention is the key to making our freedom concrete. Do it confidently with the full knowledge available tools. And most of all, using our imagination and strength of will. This is the power that we hold, our ability to focus on imagination and will. This is why our creativity, imagination, and will, especially been most under attack us by our controllers to take from us our ability to us our true abilities and powers. It would empower them if we learn to be safe and create as we see fit in this as what is the holographic construct we call reality. Now the Draco and their background. Draco is a race that was here before us. They were here with other races, who were also having their upbringing here. A mess was made out of this planet and the Draco decided to leave. They left with the help of another race, who assisted them with technology until they learned how to exist outside of Earth, without the race that added assistance to them. They were an altruistic gray race. The Dracos went on the wage wars, establish colonies and seek resources far from here. The Draco became so successful at conquering acquisition in this part of the galaxy and elsewhere. They took the name of the royalty. They became one of the 5 Anunnaki races. There is a king named Anu, 2 princes, and many queens who were never here. Take what you know about the familiar gods, Enki and Enlil, the 2 sons, the princes of King Anu. Enki cared for us and Enlil did not. And reverse the names as you have learned them. Meaning Yah-shu-a and Satan. Now after some time what Dracos wanted was Earth. This was at the time of the fall of Atlantis, 13,000 years ago. Humans were highly traumatized, having witnessed a vast amount of destruction in their skies and on their planet. Not the Draco doing at this time. There were not many humans, but they were desperate for help. Humanity had formed a group of humans before this time called the Elders. 13 was their number, although there were only supposed to be 11 to be represented. 9 of which are still alive today. These are not the parents, by the way, who have survived the wars going on at that time and are still the appointed leaders of humanity. When the Dracos arrived, they offered a deal to the humans to help them, and a few humans left accepted it against the advice of the Elders. At the time it was humanity's tendency to be raised on Gaia. No one else has the claim to Earth's ownership except humanity. The appointed human elders made this claim of old ownership over to the Draco, and that is what humanity at the time wanted. Perhaps this group and the humans of Earth at this time did not understand what they were giving away. The reality is that humans were faced with standing on their own or being carried by another, and they made the easier choice. For a while, the Dracos gave us things we desired and a large civilization full of wonderful technology and comforts that were mentioned in the letter by Cassandra. We gave you all you wanted and you still messed it up. Dracos started this whole thing and is going to take a new approach to use our minds, beliefs and bodies against us to control and use us. All religions are a combination of the distance past of things from various visitors to the planet and the Draco agenda. Names, events, etc., are all confused. God in the Bible represents Anu at times, and at other times his sons and other important members of his following. They decided to turn our planet into their own energy source. This planet is full of resources, both physical and energetic. They can also use as they will. The type of energy that powers the Draco is not only physically eating those as some of the children, but also an emotionally based energy which has been called lush energy that living beings produce with their vibration. The Draco then began to do genetic experiments, mixing various DNA with humans, trying to create a race that would be able to generate this energy without being aware of it. That was their hope anyway. This is when the 12 strands of DNA were taken out of our ability to access. It was not removed, it was just made dormant. Human DNA as it is now, comes from manipulation by the Draco by mixing their own. Something many other races had come and done earlier, as well. It's a secure motive reason while we have so many pieces of other races in our DNA. When Draco leaves in before and takes the technology away that assists the parents in controlling the planet, the parents and Draco are within the Illuminati will take over control, or so they think. Creation, this is wherein the Dracos created the parents who intend to control the coven who control the Illuminati. The parents were told by their creators, the Dracos, that they were asked to rule just as the Dracos were told that this part of the galaxy was theirs to rule by their creators. It's all lies, so you will see that compartmentalization is not just for us. It applies to them also. The reality is that the controllers have been lied to also on every level down. Which race is it, whose turn to be raised on Gaia at the time, is its owner unless it gives the rulership over to another willingly? So, Draco told the parents that they would be charged with forming and maintaining a civilization that ensures the ultimate levels of this energy are created, while also ensuring the batteries do not find out they are batteries. I know, strange, but that is their terminology for us, batteries. The parents are at the top of the Illuminati, they influence everything on the planet. The parents are also abused by Draco, and because of this they often act out like traumatized humans would. So in turn, they use their followers and in turn abusers. Although there are a few who embrace it fully and enjoy what they do, like Cassandra does, most do not. The parents are different versions, variations, not hybrids of humans from us having been earlier genetic manipulations, and we are physically. They are only slightly less manipulated than we currently are. The main difference between the parents' version of humans compared to us is an inability to control their emotions. They lack any filters to stop themselves when they are in extremes of emotion, they are psychotic. They were picked by one of Anu's sons for this very reason, as then having dealt with emotional control makes them also very easily controlled and able to collect our lush energy, very effectively. A little background on the parents. The parents vary in age. The oldest two are about 13,000 years old. The next is only 100 years younger, and from there, they are randomly spaced apart in age. The youngest in 7,000 years old, approximately. The parent that wrote that letter is 9,000 years old. They were taught the ways to lengthen their lifespan. Parents act directly with the Draco royalty in charge of this planet. The Draco are their superiors and their masters until this fall and the parents take over. They have used us as slaves in every conceivable way. We have already suffered the trauma over and over again. To the physical trauma, to the abandonment complexes, the ones that have ingrained themselves in our psyche. Why haven't they been stopped? Because no one besides us has the right to stop them. Yes, people need to grasp this. I will repeat this line again. Why haven't they been stopped? Because no one besides us has the right to stop them. Their violations of free will and natural laws are handled by the universe, not a galactic peace force or legal system in the course of galactic councils. What they are doing with the planet would be considered frowned upon but still technically legal due to humanity's compliance. The future parent plans to drop the use of the bloodline families and the covens altogether, but not just yet. Draco and the parents know that the Illuminati bloodline structure they used to control humanity has failed. All the genetic inbreeding is corrupted long past them being able to continue to use. We are already beginning to see this today in how many bloodline members we see committing suicide, turning on their own families, and breaking their programming. This is a result of the wave and pressure being applied by incarnate on the surface. The parents will still use the Illuminati bloodline to start implementing their plan to take over control of humanity themselves for the time being. They will spin it into this info in the form of an overthrow of the draconian cobalt Illuminati regime. It will appear fair and be foul, it will sound like what you want enough that you will overlook that is also what they want. The parents will use the world leaders in the next bit of time to start pushing transhumanism as they plan to put humanity into a full matrix, very much like the movie of the same name. We currently are not in a full matrix, just what is called the bubbles of our matrix that we consented to. This is where and why each of us does have that great power to revoke our consent to play the matrix game. We are not powerless individually. Victimhood mentality needs to be faced and overcome if we are to vet the next stage of the parents' plan. The plan is to get as many humans signed up for the full matrix. They will use fear and propaganda as per usual. They will use their Illuminati world leaders to implement this. They will tell us it's for our own safety to get this or to have that injection full of nanotech RFID chips. This will be the seeds of transhumanism that lie dormant in us until the full matrix is ready. All forms of technology we now use are TVs, computers, cell phones, and movies. All will be labeled with symbolic subliminal messaging to also get us to comply with this level of technology so far removed from our natural state. The parents have lived too long to remember their natural humanists. They are more arrogant than their soon-to-be-gone masters, which makes them open to being surprised by us, the real naturally connected humans. We will overcome this. We just need to stay strong and united and be ready for the ones who are not aware of these control structures and plans to explain to them, if and when the opportunity arises. When Cassandra stated they would allow us to become fully cybernetic while they, the parents, enjoy their utopia without us, what Cassandra is saying is that the parents' plan is to create a full matrix for us alone off the planet for them to feed others completely and have the planet to themselves. This is planned for the next timeline if it enough covers natural humans sign up for them or choosing. This will be in the form of floating cities wherein we will be literally in pods, sleeping and dreaming in therefore full matrix. Not like all the Matrix movies. The parents intend on still being on the surface of the planet utilizing our lush energy, our bioelectric energy to power all their creations as in their tech on the planet's surface to give them cushy rulers lives they think they deserve. But we have another idea about that. The changing of the guard. Gaia, the universe, and humanity all disagree with this plan they have put forward, and all have taken steps to correct what has occurred. In this rhythm, the wave will stop the flow and change the direction of the waters. Gaia and centers have love and reminders in the form of this wave of energy that we began to receive here on Earth in 2002. This wave is a color sample and a light all in one. It can be seen perceived as a sound wave of love and support of our true natural source of Mother and Father. The universe has an active calm at the results which are never predictable. Together our true source parents have given us an opening window to look through by this wave of energies coming in. The universe is providing you a form of energy that can help you see the control well enough to withdraw your consent to give you the internal strength to stand on your own and the courage to walk a path alone without someone there to protect you or guide you or just plain agree with you. If you can do this as individuals and as a whole, you will save yourself from the control of the Illuminati. Here is what humanity can do. How to assist this wave is to ground and clear oneself as each of us who gets clear of emotional hang-ups and gets to know ourselves becomes balanced, which lends us to be able to master our true magical abilities to control where our energies go. This is something these parents cannot do. Mastering of transmuting our emotional energy, spiritual energy to overcome the parents, thus starving them of using it to feed them. What has to change particularly is our warring ways, self-destructing ways, divide-and-conquer of human races and countries. I'm not saying to love these people to death, as that will not work either. Rather use anger creatively, actively transmuted to be their downfall, as blind rage and killing all the Illuminati will not heal us of the core issues that began all of this. Otherwise, the cycle will just repeat itself. Creative use of anger and compassion will end it. The creativity and imagination will give us the will and the brains to outsmart these arrogant controllers. To use the anger in this select letter U, vote wisely. The more of us have become balanced now will avert the continued unbalancing of our planets and others, and even this part of the galaxy may beat one of us to do this. It will help saturate the wave here, and when this wave concentrates and saturates in the form Many of us will begin to recall our own memories outside of here. People will remember what they do at night, and see through the veil. Others will see you all calm and smiling and know they can ask you, what is going on? This will be like wildfire, just awakening to think of us as the specially trained ones who go and train thousands more. We then go on to train even further and so on. The knowledge of this wave of energy coming in and the fact that the Draco are leaving this fall and taking all their technology with them, has caused 11 of the parents to walk away from the original 21, who managed the 13 main Illuminati bloodline covens. We are an improved version of humans compared to the parents. Especially with all the qualities of all the ET races that contributed to our makeup, the parents are afraid of what we could do if we all stood up to them. This wave will assist us in doing that, but it will not fix it for us. It will assist us. Help is at hand. Wars have never worked to fix what is going on here or outside of there either. So, different modes of operation and cooperation between all had started a while back and has yielded very good results. Those who we thought wouldn't help, are. Vast amounts of help from above have been forthcoming for people to know that vast amounts of help were also being done by many incarnos here on the ground. They use various methods with some spectacular results. One example happened in the last month. A rule that was sent out by Anu was broken by the son. He left the ahead a few parents behind. This son called for help outside of the plant, breaking the quarantine rules respected by Anu. The son asked for the mantids to come in and help him at this time. This invasion help was stopped by the writer of the blog and some ones who are incarnated here on this planet. I want people to consider that thought. This caused the son to be very upset and for Anu to give his blessings to the individuals who stopped the invasion and to continue to correct the son if he breaks the rules set out in the Galactic Agreement. This is not designed to put you in fear, it's designed to empower you with the knowledge you can then go forward and correct it. It does not necessarily require us to take up arms to remove them. They are being removed without arms. A lot of discussions have gone on upstairs about doing things a different way. Our technology is hidden by the controllers and used for their benefit. They have the same stupidity of dealing with things by violence and not discourse, but that is changing. Which is a surprise to many of the leaders, including Draco. Maybe one of the reasons they're about to leave. This makes the parents very, very vulnerable. It's dark and it's shocking, it's devoid of compassion, the opposite of many good people, unfortunately. That is also bad, the light and the dark, you can't have one without the other. Unfortunately, the balance in this universe was tilted too far the other way. Some have asked about the process. The balance was only 87% dark. Going back in the past, they were talking about pulling this whole universe all together. We are still here, that's progress. We are hearing that other galactic races in our system are here to help. What they are waiting for is us to change the rules of the game. All the interference, lots of it has been removed, and some of the plasma weapons and tech have been removed. That is the fair progress, and it's been contained. A lot of meetings have taken place, and some of the incarnate on the ground have been attendees of those meetings. And the changes implemented have been extraordinary. What will come down to what is known as free will. If you use some, let's just use an analogy, cosmic. Alright, since I have given you the backstory on how all of this works. Finally, the letter. Just know you may find yourself, well, a bit angry, mixed emotions, or shocked, but the truth must be told so that we may take back what is rightfully ours and the gifts that were given to us. So let's get to it. The person who wrote this letter is one of the parents. Her name is Cassandra, obviously. She's female, and this is what she had to say. We do not hate you, we are indifferent or left to your own devices. You act as if you wish to destroy this world for your comfort and convenience. The happiest you ever seem to appear is in a state of ignorant bliss, so why shouldn't we continue? You had your chances and your perfect worlds. When that wasn't enough, we were created to lead you, and as the line feeds on anything it can do unto you, a few may act or feel differently, but the focus remains on the majority. Not the few lonely villages questioning and dreaming. The energy you possess is squandered, neglected, and abused. For a few hundred years now we fed you your entertainment, and you have devoured our offering by supporting the lies you told. Ignoring the people of truth. Not once giving us any indication that you wish things to be any different. Speak up if you have something to say. We are listening, but we will not allow you to waste such a resource as yourselves. You cannot be allowed to destroy the planet, as your creators designed you to. So we will give you the escape that you so desperately want, and we warned you ourselves, and you swallow it like greedy little piglets, expecting us to deliver you from your evil. We call it entertaining, giving us no reason to feel any differently than we always have about you. That is why we are building this world for you. You will become cybernetic while we allow it, after which time you will be fully inserted into a brand new world, the kingdom of heaven. The bulk of you have been worshipping a while we waited for our chance to take over you. You want a savior, and we will save you from yourselves. We will enjoy the fruits of our labor, while you sleep and dream, as we create our world for ourselves, in which you are not suitable to exist. You a breathing dead, and your time is ours. Billions of you, and only a few are even aware of reading this and that. It would still be true even if this was your nightly news station. A capable race would see beyond the swamp to find the fresh water. My very letter to this man called Rua will be a representation of the fact that you all cannot see the truth when it's in front of you. You will always choose the more comfortable free ride provided by leaders who are willing to be responsible for you. Leaders with the strength of will to create the world. Children are what you are. The children of animals. And we will have our utopia without your presence. Doing anything for powering on new creations. What 100 readers, and you think, you are all ready to be saved. To address the runaways, we hope you enjoy your freedom and wish you luck, knowing you will need it. You damn near voided your agreement with us by inspiring this fiasco, so tread carefully. The writer of this blog has tried to argue on behalf of a few thousand humans who are aware of us. What we do and how the world works, as if this is some source of defense of humanity, as a whole. These few have always existed and have been laughed at and ignored because of their inability to digest the knowledge they have. They sit at computers and attend conferences that feed the money cycles as if they are outsmarting the system. This is no threat to any damage these types could have done, but would have been done long before today. Go ahead and prove us wrong. I hope this is what you wanted. Oh, I doubt it. Until we meet again. Cassandra. Well, that is the letter these people who think they control us. So now you know why so many bad things go on. It's a very shocking letter and probably will shock many of you. They have no right to speak on behalf of humanity that is incapable of ruling themselves and reminding anybody else. That concludes today's narration of truth. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to watch. If you liked the video, please click the like, subscribe and the bell icon to be notified of new content. It's free and it does help the channel grow, and all your support is very much appreciated. This is episode 1 and there will be a second episode shortly. So hang tight for the next update of the hidden truth of the Dracos. The conclusion of this story I would like to tell all my friends is to gain the inner strength within you and outside of you. But most of all, support each other in hour of need. You will all be required. Stay safe, be strong, be prepared, and never let anyone put you in fear. I hope this message was clear enough to you, to all understand, and we go forward with vigor. We have the power.